I'll take the area pencil.
All right, then. Yeah, there was an update evidently to Streamlabs, and I wasn't sure if it was going to stream or not, but evidently it is, so hooray. Okay, so welcome to the Pirates of Drinax. Yes, we do have more players showing up, but they're going to be running a little bit late. So, but we will be picking up where we left off last week. Before we get started, I'd like to thank one of the friends of the Greenwater Guildhall. Today we'd like to thank Fable Beard Company. Fable Beard Company makes beard products such as oils, balms, butters, and co-wash. They also have a full line of deodorant and body lotion now, as well as spray-on colognes. And each of their scent profiles is a different fantasy character. Today I am wearing the Lumberjack, which smells like, it's Lumberjack beard oil, and it smells like warm vanilla with maple syrup. So you're going to smell like pancakes. It is quite delicious smelling, to be honest. I get nothing but compliments on it. If you're a first-time purchaser, they do have a buy one, get one free option. If you go to fablebeardco.com and create an account, you can take 2 beard oils or a beard product and a beard oil, put them in your cart, and use the code FIRST in all capital letters, and you will receive that second beard oil for free. If you're a fan of our Traveler game, on Wednesday nights, we do have a webpage via Obsidian Portal. The webpage has a adventure log on it that is written in the manner of Traveler news service articles. It doesn't necessarily just follow what the players are doing in-game. It sometimes has to do with events in the entire region of the Trojan Reach sector as a whole. And so some of these news articles may indirectly affect the players, but if the players do something that is big and newsworthy, they will end up there as well. If you enjoy it, please give us a thumbs up on the front page. We like to see those fan likes, and we hope you enjoy the content. So I made a couple of mistakes that I'm going to rectify here in my descriptions last week. The first description that I screwed up was Vume Station. So Vume Station, I had described it as being on the planet. It is not. It is actually an orbital alien habitat, thousands of years old, if not older, and tens to hundreds of thousands of years maybe. And it is massive. Now, the part that you are docked at is one small section that is run by General Development Company. And when I say small section, it's 3 levels, and it's exceptionally small compared to the size of the rest of this orbital habitat. And it looks like this habitat, as I described, it looks like it was made out of fused rock. And it's just floating in geosynchronous orbit around this planet. And each section of this alien space station is actually a different module, and they just connected the different modules together. It was discovered many years ago by a group of travelers, much like yourselves. They succumbed to a bacterial infection on the station that it comes in 3 strains, and these individuals were infected by this bacteria, and it changes the pathways in the brain and how they think or see things. And it also changes their speech patterns. And what happened is that each of these strains infected people in different ways, and so they each speak their own language. And it has also made them kind of insane because of how they view things, because of the changes in their brain chemistry. And so they are insane, and they can't communicate with anybody, and they can't understand anybody either. And so this section that Jadeko has taken over is actually much more of a standard Jadeko design for a space station that they just kind of attach to Vume Station. And that's where you're docked presently, along with the Reach Freighter. Now, the Reach Freighter, I said, this is the second part. The Reach Freighter I had said was 2,000 tons. I was incorrect. It's actually 4,000 tons. And I can show you what it looks like. Right. Here it is. This is what a Reach Freighter looks like. These are old Sandalian designs. I'm sorry, what was that?
It says the cosmic hot dog.
Yeah, basically. It is an old Sandalian design that is just basically designed to ferry cargo from point A to point B. You have no idea how old this ship actually is. I mean, it could be 2,000 years old. Unlikely, but possible. But this design has been bopping around the Trojan Reach sectors for, quite some time. And that is what it looks like. Here are the stats for that. So yeah, it's 4,000 tons. It's a close structure, so landing on planets is usually a no-go, and unless they have low density and low gravity, and even then it's sketchy at best. So the Reach Freighter usually parks itself in orbit or at high port, and then whatever cargo it's carrying is ferried down to the surface. So this is the ship that Bertha, the security chief, has invited you on to come have a nightcap. And let's see here.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think this is the key to getting where we need to go. I really wish we had Ching because my social score is fucking garbage. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, so you're on the Reach Freighter. You know that the freighter, when it leaves Vume Station, is going to go to Dolberg, and it is supposed to deliver a cargo. It's got a bunch of cargo, but it is supposed to deliver some Aslan artifacts that have been collected to a collector there on Dolberg. And Varuk Nurgle asked you to place a listening device on one of the artifacts. And so it would be in the cargo hold somewhere.
Okay, so we just need her to pass out. We can go rifle through things.
Right. She was already drinking pretty well before you even got there. These are number 3 here is the Airlock, and she invites you into the ship. Of course, she's security chief, so she has all the passcodes, but she doesn't. So up here is basically crew quarters. She takes you down the lift down here. And then actually takes you, she says, "Oh, yeah, we're not going to my room. Come on, guys." And she leads you through this door into the actual cargo hold. And set up over here behind some crates and whatnot, along the wall kind of, there is a makeshift still that the crew has created. And there's a couple of crewmates that are down here. All of them are shit-faced. And she says, this stuff's a lot better than that garbage that you get up in the bars, but we go up there sometimes to drink just so that we can see something other than our own faces and a bunch of cargo crates. She says, "You look like you guys have been around. You probably know what I'm talking about."
Completely, yes.
Yeah.
So she sets you guys up, and they've got these they're even makeshift mugs that they just made out of sheet metal and welded the sides together. So probably going to get a dose of lead as well, but that's all good between friends. And she pours you some of this moonshine, and it is potent. It's some strong stuff. It's got a burn to it. And she and a couple of other crewmates are sitting there talking and carrying on, talking about, all the places that this ship has been. I mean, this freighter has been carrying freight all over the Trojan Reach, and specifically the Sindal subsector. So they've got some places that they've been. They have stories to tell. What are you guys doing?
Carousing. Trying to figure out if I can take drugs to stay awake longer. I don't know. I probably don't have like a bunch of drugs with me.
That could be a possibility. What's
anybody here party?
Right. Did you happen to write down what drugs you purchased, or?
God, somewhere. Let me see. Slow drug, anti-rad drug. I think I have other drugs written somewhere. More fun ones I bought at some point. Oh, I got my endurance worm.
Right.
Will that let me take twice as much booze as well? 6 bio-adjustment pills, 6 slash patches. I don't know. Oh, wait. Those were for Dewclaw injuries. I don't know what bio-adjustment pills are, though. But I wrote it down somewhere. Also wrote Tassie Two Toes.
Yeah.
I'm very organized.
So I would... Oh, right here. So stims. I would say that you probably have some stims. They relieve fatigue, although at a cost. A traveler who uses stims removes fatigue, but also sustains 1 point of damage. If the stims are used repeatedly without natural sleep in between, the user suffers a cumulative additional point of damage every time. So on the second use, 2 points of damage are sustained. On the third, 3 points, and so on.
Just like real life.
Right. So, yeah, I would say that you probably have stims available to you.
Okay. I think I might have to dip into my stims to make sure I don't pass out before everybody, because that's sort of, yeah.
Do you... I remember you bought a whole bunch of drugs. Do you, by any chance, have stims written down?
I do not have that specifically.
So I will say that you have 6 doses of stims.
Okay.
So if both of you want to snort a line.
Do you want a line of stims?
Yeah, I'm gonna need some stims.
Okay, I'll write 4 doses of stims so I can clumsily find that note at some point.
So
I got 1 point of damage right now, right?
Well, is it a single
No.
point? Let's see here.
Oh, the second dose gives you 3 damage. Okay, I got it mixed up.
So the second dose would be additional damage, but I'm just, let's see here. Oh yeah. So you would each take 1 point of damage to your endurance.
Okay. I don't think that.
And you don't have any fatigue going on, so you guys are jazzed about partying with these people. And then you said you wanted to... Do you both want to try carouse checks?
Yeah.
So
Let's
because
go
you
out.
took the stims, I'm going to let you make carouse checks at a boon, so roll 3 and take the 2 highest.
Sweet. Oh, cool. That'd be cool for me.
And 11 for...
The life of the party. Thank you, stims.
So, what'd you get?
12.
Jesus.
And I got 11.
Okay. So, you guys are drinking the rest of these guys. They got a 6. So, they didn't even make the bare minimum. You guys are drinking them under the table. And this stuff tastes like it's probably good for cleaning machine parts and killing brain cells. I don't know if you've ever had white lightning, like the real white lightning, not the stuff that you can buy now, but like real white lightning. Yeah, it tastes like brake cleaner, like a cross between brake cleaner and maybe a hint of mouthwash. Yeah, it's good stuff. So, yeah, you guys are putting these guys under the table. One of them passes out completely, just hits the deck. And the security chief is just kind of laughing at him. She's like, he can't hold his liquor. She then turns and pukes all over her cargo crate.
Sweet.
So, are both of you going to keep working on them and one of you go search for these artifacts, or how are you doing
I think
this?
that's the right way to go.
Do either of us have
One of
this?
us needs to slip away. I've got sneak
You
or
do?
stealth at mine.
Okay, that's better than me. I'll be
Okay.
entertaining.
All right. So, Keith, go ahead and make a stealth plus dex check.
Okay. 10.
Nice. I have to do. Oh my god! I rolled their recon with a bane. I rolled 3 1s.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, Keith quietly sneaks off into the cargo hold. Keith, go ahead and make a investigation plus intellect check.
Okay. That's 10.
Okay, so you're kind of sneaking through the cargo hold, and you notice that you notice a couple of things. The first thing that you notice is that the cargo hold, as far as the crates go, is very neat and orderly set up. So whoever is managing their cargo distribution is doing a really good job. The second thing that you note is that all of the crates are either done in alphabetical or numerical order. So if they just have, a series of numbers identifying them, they're, towards the forward section of the ship up here, whereas alphabetical moves towards the rear of the ship. You don't really know. There she is. Wow, she's looking good.
Hey, thank you. I had to look impressive like a grown-up for parents.
Nice.
For some reason, now I'm not lunching, but I'm working on it.
Okay.
Okay.
So you notice that. So the only problem that you have is that you don't know. You're not really sure what exactly it is that you're looking for. Any particular direction you want to go in? I mean, you can start with A for Aslan.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I was guessing A.
Or do we know the name of the place they got the thing from?
So the name of the location was Salif. It's from Salif to Dolberg.
So those are other guesses.
Yeah, so actually the destination might be the more important one.
That's true.
So,
You're gonna guess
let's
that?
try Dover.
Okay, go ahead and make another investigation check with a boon.
You missed it. We did speed.
Wait, what happened?
We took stims to because everyone was drinking. We didn't want to fall asleep.
You guys are flying high?
Yeah, we dipped into some stims, so get some foods here.
So I got 10.
Okay.
So we're all thinking right now? I'm sure all decisions we make while high are going to be off. I'm sure.
They'll be just as bad, but just a little bit faster.
Right. They'll make terrible decisions at twice the speed of normal.
Exactly, yeah.
Having a lot of energy to make poor choices. I like it.
Right. So you kind of decide to go searching to see if you can find the destination. And indeed, you find a series of crates that are shipping to Dolberg. Make a recon plus intellect check.
Recon. That's 8.
Okay. So you end up finding a crate that is marked fragile. It's the only one that's marked fragile out of all of these that are being shipped to Dolberg.
That seems like the one to open up.
Okay. You open this crate. When you look inside, what you find, and you've been around Aslan and on enough Aslan ships to know what shrines look like, you find in this crate, these aren't just Aslan artifacts. These are Aslan shrine tokens. So they are memorabilia of somebody's ancestors.
Wow.
That are being shipped to this collector on Dolberg. You don't even know who this collector is. So
Let's get to Desecrete.
yeah, let's plant some listening devices.
okay. While you're planting listening devices, back at the little makeshift still, Ching Shiih is now sprung into existence.
Yes.
The only one
Taking
that
over the part of the plan.
right and
the
right. So one of the guys passed out. The security chief is now too wrecked. She's just kind of sitting on a cargo crate, and she can't even really walk. She just got done puking all over a cargo crate, and now she's sitting in it. The other guy, the third guy, collapses, and both Ching Shiih and Beth can make a recon plus intellect check.
I got 15.
I got 10. Which was,
So
I thought was good, and someone got 15.
both of you notice that this, see this guy just kind of collapse, and you're kind of staring at him. Ching Shiih starts to laugh a little bit, but then both of you get serious because you realize he's not breathing.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, let's do some CPR.
Okay, so which one of you wants to do the CPR, you guys can. Okay, go ahead and make a medic plus intellect or EDU check.
Yeah, I have a teeny tiny bit of medic, but I think if I'm high and drunk, I'm singing in the background.
So if you took the stims as well, then you take 1 point of endurance damage.
Okay. I feel like I'm a joiner, so yeah, I'm gonna.
What? You guys are breaking out rails? Sure. I'm in.
I got 10 altogether for my medic check.
Okay, so you give this guy CPR and you get him to breathing again. And he's like coughing and sputtering, and he is white as a sheet. He does not look good. Definitely a rather serious case of alcohol poisoning.
You need some stims.
You indeed could do that.
A little bit of vitamin S. No, I don't give him stims. I'll give him whatever's medically appropriate that I have. Probably like, I don't know.
Actually, stims might be medically appropriate in this case.
No, I'm not totally sure with like space medicine, but yeah, if we want to. That gets down to, I think we got
0G carbon stomach pumping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably be.
I swear they called it a banana bag at the hospital. It had like a shitload of vitamins in it.
Right. And I think there's probably something for that. So here's another one. In your list of drugs, do you have any drugs listed as panaceas? Maybe I'm not saying that right.
My medical kit's pretty advanced, so I don't know. It just has like
You probably do.
yeah.
You have 6 doses of panaceas. Now, what panaceas are? They're wide spectrum medicinal drugs specifically designed to not interact harmfully. So I would imagine that a banana bag probably falls directly into that.
Yeah.
Probably also saline solution falls directly into that, because I don't think saline solution really reacts with anything. I mean, unless you drank salt water, then you probably don't want a saline bag. But
So I should give this fella a dose of Panacea.
okay, you can do that. Go ahead and make another medic plus EDU or intellect check.
11.
Nice. So this guy gains back 3 points, and he is out of it, but he's coming in and out of consciousness. You think that he'll probably be okay. You could probably hang your banana bag there on one of the crates. At about that time,
Right. And then, yeah.
so yeah, you kind of hang the banana bag by its hook off of the edge of one of the crates, and about that time, Keith comes sliding back through the cargo back into your little area here.
Like, hey.
Hey there.
Should we keep playing along, or should we get the fuck out of here?
It's time to call it a night, I think.
Okay. All right.
Our hosts have all passed out or are puking. That's usually when the party breaks up. No, I mean, not always, but
They won't remember. They will.
so you guys
You
make.
make me think on the way out, because I feel like that's the thing. If you get your hosts uber drunk and they all pass out, then you have to steal something from their house.
Well, yeah. I mean, you guys can.
Like something cheesy, even.
You guys can fill a flask up with their booze. It's basically white lightning, probably the same stuff that the sickbay uses to disinfect their tools.
So our tradition is to leave something weird there,
Oh, that's
so
true.
they don't know where it came from or what.
I told you guys about.
Or like, if we have anything of our own, our tchotchkes.
We had a copy of this true crime book called Lobster Boy that we planned from each other's. Yeah, it was really weird.
Did I tell you guys about?
Actually, this is, and obviously not related to space pirating, but one of my friends had a retirement party as a teacher, and teachers get lots of Apple stuff. And so she wanted to get rid of all the Apple stuff, and we took it all. We're like, yeah, okay, we'll take all the Apple stuff. And then every time we went over to her house, we put some Apple Christmas ornament back in the bathroom. and then like an apple mug behind the couch, and then, like a picture of us with apple things like in her medicine cabinet. She like open something up and there'd be pictures of us with all of her apples. So it's real dumb, but just like that, really random, tacky, ugly, apple related
Shit, we don't have anything.
everywhere.
In space, you have to be all efficient and not carry around a bunch of crap that you don't. That's not you.
Do you want to just like draw a picture of
I'll drop a pic. I'll drop a
wall with like lipstick?
A monkey knife. Make sure it has all your fingerprints.
We had our friend's mom died, and so we went up to help them clean out her double wide trailer. And as we were cleaning it out, we discovered that she had this super creepy doll in like a Victorian dress. And this doll was like, 2.5 feet tall. It was not a small doll. And we were joking about how our friend, how she was going to keep it. And she's like, no way. That thing's creepy. I'm not going to walk out middle of the night to get something to drink. And that thing's going to be sitting there staring at me. And so her husband, his friends had gone on vacation and they were house sitting for them. And so her husband takes this doll and he goes over there and he puts it on top of their china cabinet, someplace that out of the way, and just make sure that it's like looking. And it was one of those that when you lay it back, the eyes automatically close, but one eye was kind of lazy. And so he sets it up on this thing and like a month and a half goes by, and then all of a sudden there's this Facebook goes, holy shit, we found this creepy ass doll sitting in our house. You gotta go for the long game on some of these things.
I need a picture.
Yeah, the book thing functioned well because you don't look at your books that closely, but like you discover you have the true crime novel Lobster Boy, and you're like, what the fuck?
And your first impulse is obviously, I must put this in someone's house.
It was a circus freak guy because his hands were like this. He had a deformity, and he murdered a bunch of people and was awful. It was crazy. Like, it's a really interesting story, but that jumped out at you from your bookshelf's a little bit weird. You didn't remember purchasing it. Okay, so we'll give them the e-book Lobster Boy.
Okay.
Somehow. And leave.
You give them the ebook of Lobster Boy, and you guys make your way back up the tube and out the airlock here, and back to the station. I have to find which station it is.
We did it. Cease did it. Yay.
Nope, not that one. Oh wait. Here it is. Okay. So as you guys are coming out of the reach freighter and back into the station, the alarm klaxons start to blare, and you hear over the intercom, somebody is on the intercom, warning, there's going to be a collision. Warning, there's going to be a collision. Everybody brace.
Strap in.
Well, there's really nowhere to strap in. So, everybody make a athletics dex check. If you don't have athletics, this is one of those few cases where in most cases where the untrained doesn't apply. So if you don't have it, just roll dex. And so you want to roll 2d and add your dex or endurance, or I'm sorry, or athletics dex to it.
8.
I
Perfect.
got 11. Too good.
9.
Okay, so you all are able to grab onto some cargo netting or something, and you don't fall over, but the whole station takes a big hard hit that's just enough to jolt everything. And you look out the port windows and you see that a safari ship has actually it very roughly docked, but it didn't dock with this section of the station. It docked with one of the alien modules. And so they basically had their airlock umbilical extended, and then they just kind of slinkied the umbilical and slammed into the side of the station where nobody wants to be, because that's where the bacteria is.
Ooh,
I don't...
let's get the...
Yeah, we need to get out of here.
I was gonna say, are our seals, or is there any indication that our seals are not secure?
No.
Like any indication of leaks or anything like that?
No. So, yeah, no, everything seems to be okay as far as your ship goes. You guys are wearing your combat armor. Out of the security office, you see the station Jadeko chief of security come out, and he points to you guys and he says, "You wait!" And he comes running over to you, and he's got a mobile comm, and he flicks his hand towards your mobile comms and ties you into a call. There is a woman who introduces herself as Thancia Polker. She tells you she's a part of a convoy of Imperial Noble tourists. And they were en route from Tobiah to a hunting resort on Thebes. She tells you one of their ships in their convoy suffered an engine failure and numerous other malfunctions and was forced to, quote-unquote, dock with Vume Orbital. As the warning buoys inform anyone who enters the system, the giant space station is home to mind-altering bacteria, and she's aware that the residents of the station are insane by human standards.
All right.
She wants to know if you can... she says she's willing to pay quite well if you are able to get to their ship and evacuate them. These are nobles. And the security chief, on his mobile comm, the security chief says, "Well, we'd go, but, we just can't really spare the personnel."
Aren't they already exposed? Like, if we save them and they go somewhere, couldn't they spread the horrible insanity bacteria all over the system?
If they've been infected, yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I know we all like money, but I don't mind saying sorry. Good luck.
Yeah, that sucks, but I mean,
It's like, what? Put the mask on yourself before you worry about anybody else. Like, I don't want to get sick.
She says, "I'm offering a reward of 1 mega credit."
Sure.
yeah,
But
but if
we're rarely hurting for funds.
if we help them go and they spread the bacteria, that is way, way worse of a problem than not having 1 mega credit. So
True.
I just wanna.
I think so.
I don't know
What's
if
the
it's-
problem? What's the problem with their ship?
She said that something happened to the jump drive while they were in jump space. It took there was obviously some kind of problem before they jumped that they weren't aware of, or that the engineering crew were just kind of putting off. While in jump space, the problem exacerbated itself and got worse. I mean, it could be that rats, space rats bit through some wiring. It could be something worse. But anyways, the jump drive was failing, and when they exited jump space, their maneuver drive took damage and their life support system took damage.
So here's what I'm thinking, Captain. Because of the life support issue, if they had life support and they were just waiting for someone else to come along, that would be just like driving past a hitchhiker, not the end of the world. Someone else will want 1 million credits. That'll be fine. But if life support is down, is there a shuttle on the station? Like, I could drive a shuttle and then tube back to our ship, and then they could go to the shuttle and wait for someone to come along. You know what I mean? Like I pilot a shuttle near them, and then I use our tube to get back onto my plane, or not my plane, my ship, leaving the shuttle unattended. And they can dock with the shuttle, and they'll have a small system with life support until someone else comes along. So, like, instead of taking them with us, offer them a lifeboat.
Definitely. So if you wanted to pilot the shuttle over, Beth could pilot the Harrier, and you could make that happen. Yes.
That's a very
because if their life support system is failing, I don't want them to die. I just don't want to give them a ride. So if we can give them a lifeboat without a huge impact on our own timeline.
Let's pitch it to this meeting and see if she's comfortable with that. I'm pretty sure she will, because it's better than nothing.
She says while you guys are debating, she says, I'll pay 1 mega credit, 600,000 credits. So 1.6 mega credits.
All right, that sounds good. Let's do it.
Wait to pick them up?
Oh no! Wait, I thought you meant she was going to pay that for our plan.
Yeah, however you want to achieve this, that's great.
Oh, she'll give us that much just for a lifeboat? Well, then let's do that, man.
Yeah. Okay. Let's hope that they aren't infected.
So the security chief hooks you up with a shuttle. Ching Shiih, go ahead and make.
There's no sign they've disembarked, is there?
None whatsoever at this point.
No. Okay. Oh,
But she does tell you. She says they've lost contact with ship since the ship crash docked into the VM station. She's guessing that their communications may have taken damage as well.
If they're all insane, will they be able to drive a shuttle?
Probably not.
So that'll be the test right there.
There you go. If they're nuts, they're not going to make it. But if they're healthy, then they'll survive. Natural selection. Let's do it.
Okay. So Ching Shiih and Captain Beth, so you guys go ahead and make piloting plus dex checks. Routine.
I didn't do so hot. I got 5 altogether. That was really bad.
Shit. Okay. So
hurt my ship. Well, technically it's your ship, so that's fine if you hurt it. I can't be judgy.
So you see the Harrier kind of go past you and past the shuttle, and you see Beth like, "Oh, sorry, I'm turning around." Yeah. So she's turning around to come back, but as the shuttle gets closer. Right, yeah.
Yeah, probably not piloting so hot.
So as the shuttle, you take the shuttle over, and you are able to dock with the safari ship. As soon as you get within docking range, you start receiving an emergency beacon, like a Well, it's basically a signal GK, but it's coming through on your mobile comm.
Mm.
And it seems that it's very weak. It's coming from another mobile comm, but it's not being boosted because their communications are down. Are you going to answer it?
I don't want to. Because I don't.
What if there's entertaining gibberish on the other side?
That's true. Then we can try and ascertain. I do have some medical, so maybe I could figure out if they're crazy banana pants over there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll answer it. But I want to make sure that rather than being fully docked, like I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to be attached.
Well, you
to
can
their
dock
ship.
and and keep your airlocks locked.
Yeah, well, I guess if they are smart enough to override somehow, then they're not crazy.
Right. So
Because I just don't want to be attached to their ship and then them be able to breach and get into the shuttle and then kill me.
right.
I'm not ready for that yet.
Well, I mean, generally, at the very least, hacking the security system to get into an airlock is at least a very difficult 12 plus roll. With some security measures that can raise it to formidable. This shuttle probably doesn't have that. So it would take at least a 10 to 12 for them to get through. But so you answer your mobile comm, and the guy on the other end is kind of, he's in the process of trying to put on a vac suit. And he says, "Oh, thank God there's a rescue team. They got into our airlock. It was damaged when we made our docking attempt, and they were able to get in. And they took, what is this guy's name? They took Sir Willard Vorstaten with them. They've taken him hostage, and somewhere inside that station. Oh my God!
Who's they?
Oh, they're animal-like talking gibberish."
Oh no, I say we scuttle the ship.
Screw this.
I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I got no patience. Like, you just took your mask off, so
Take the
I'm
tape
not
off
coming
your head.
over.
Breathe deeply.
He says,
That's all the
"Oh,
I can give.
if you're able to help us in any way, I'm sure that Sir Vorstaten would be willing to reward you greatly."
I can think of one way to help you. I will prevent your suffering.
What this face's brain is going to be putting soon.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, do you want it to be slow and drawn out madness in your ship where you all are attacking each other, or do you want a quick dirt nap?
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
know
much.
what if my shuttle had been contaminated and I knew brain pudding was next, I know what I would pick. So I don't mean it to sound cold-hearted. I genuinely, were I in that situation, I know what I would pick. So
Captain Beth, you're receiving another message, but it's not
I'm not opening the door.
it's
I don't
not
care
from
how attractive you make it.
it's not from the crashed ship. It's actually coming from inside the Vume orbital, and
Oh, well, this will be medically interesting.
it is from somebody named Priel Marsden. And the message just keeps beeping until you answer the call. It's coming directly to your ship's communications. So they've got a transceiver, evidently.
All right, I'll answer the call.
Okay, this gentleman in a white lab coat, and underneath the lab coat, you can see that he's got some kind of safari type, Indiana Jones type shirt, button-up shirt on, but he's wearing a white lab coat, and he says, "What the blazes is going on up there?"
We were going to attempt a rescue mission, but it seems that the vessel's been contaminated, so we'll have to abort.
He says, "Oh my God, we can't have people in here. My name is Dr. Priel Marsden. I'm here with the Imperial Institute investigating ancient artifacts on the station. I can't have people tromping all over my area. We've got an archaeological dig going on here.
That's fascinating. Can you tell me more?
Would you like to know more?
Yes, do you have an informational pamphlet you could beam to me?
He
perhaps?
says, he says, we found technological artifacts from the ancients, fascinating items. I can't have, I mean, yes, there is a bacterial infection going on, but we've maintained our security so far, and we've had to shoot a couple of the locals, but we can't have, people just willy-nilly running through our archaeological dig. The damage that could be caused to these ancient artifacts is beyond reasoning. So you guys know the ancients, they were a precursor race like 300,000 years ago that basically ruled, if not this entire galaxy, at least much of charted space. And there are ruins of them peppered all over the place. They went to Earth and took dogs and created the Vargur. They seeded humans on multiple worlds. Thus becoming Volani or Zodani. Ancient artifacts are light years ahead of anything that you guys would. You're talking about, the standard ancient artifact's going to be like tech level 19 to 22. The type of stuff that to you guys would almost seem like magic. And that's what this guy's excavating off of this station. He's implying that this whole alien station that nobody knows much about is probably created by the ancients.
So is he wearing like some kind of suit or something, or can I ask like how they've kept the bacteria in check?
Oh, we set up a sterile containment pod, and we do all of our artifact research. Once we bring it in, we sterilize it and then do the research on it. And here we've been very careful to wear hazardous environment suits whenever we leave the pod.
So if somebody who isn't infected with the bacteria made a break for the sterilization pod and you knew they were coming, would you give them a chance or not so much? Oh,
most certainly.
Okay, because there's a noble gentleman that could maybe use your help. And I'll need to coordinate some kind of information transfer.
Okay.
So that you can tell the dude about his.
But he's not just lost. The crazy locals have kidnapped him.
Yeah, he's gonna have to roll really good to not die. But it's like that.
He's lost with like a capital L. He's not lost with a lowercase L.
So,
I feel like
Lost, like hopelessly lost.
Nobody has a map of this place, do they?
no.
Can we tell him where the guy is relative to where he is ish? Can't we? Shit, maybe not.
You don't know.
That's true, we don't know.
What? I don't know. What is the hesitation here to try to rescue these people because they might not be contaminated?
But if they are, it fucks up like everything forever.
Yeah.
And they were when their ship was not reached, there was still kind of hope. And then they said that they were reached by the infected. So it's like taking the dudes out of the prison from Walking Dead and hoping that none of them were bit before you bring them onto your ship.
Right.
Yeah.
But we know they've been exposed.
Okay. So he'll have to make his own way, I guess. But I mean, yeah, it's a chance. It's a tiny chance. But here you go, fella. And we're gonna have to not get paid, but that's okay too.
Okay. Okay. So, So, Ching, do you want to unlock the airlock and leave?
Let's see.
So you're going to do a spacewalk back to the Harrier, right?
That was the plan. Can I unlock the airlock remotely?
Yeah.
Then I'd like to do that.
Okay. So you climb out onto the outside of the shuttle. Beth, go ahead and make another piloting plus dex check.
Please stay in one spot or come get me, whichever is required.
Got a 9.
Okay. And Ching, go ahead and make a vac suit plus dex check.
Go ahead and make a leaping to your potential death. Okay. 11.
Okay. So
I'm still in my battle dress, right?
you're in combat armor.
Combat armor. Okay, so then it would be 10.
Okay. So you push off and are floating through the void towards the Harrier, and you do it perfectly. When you get to the Harrier, you're able to get a handhold, and you pull your way to the bottom airlock and climb inside.
Okay. So then I'm going to boop, beep, boop to unlock the airlock on the shuttle.
Okay.
So that if they're still in their right minds, they can get on the shuttle, close it behind themselves, and at least have life support.
Okay. The message that is very faint. Make a electronics communications plus intellect check.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be like F right off.
Yeah.
Okay, electronics and communication.
Yeah, electronic communications plus either intellect or EDU.
In that case, 13.
Nice. So
I could hear every syllable of you.
So the message is broken and it's cutting in and out, but you're able to make out that these guys that are left on the safari ship that you were talking to and a couple of others are putting on vac suits and grabbing some of their hunting weapons, and they're going to go try and get this guy back themselves. But they thank you for the shuttle so that they can get out, and they have sent a wire transfer of 5,000 credits to your account.
Sweet. Thanks for the tip. I just don't want to die today.
I don't want space herpes.
Exactly. If I'm gonna die, I want to be like shot in the face. I don't want to die by space madness.
Right. Yeah, I can get that.
Should we try and talk to ancient artifact guy for any more information? It seems like that was they're all set, right?
Yeah, I mean, ancient artifact guy is awaiting the possibility that this noble Sir Vorstaten is going to possibly arrive, and so all they can do is wait. They might send out a couple of their archaeologists to try and do a search party to make sure that their dig area is secured. But beyond that, you've done what you can do.
Wow, that was pretty crazy, y'all. I didn't expect that.
I'm just glad we were by and large on the same page with not letting them on the ship.
They're rich, but they may be infected with space madness. I know what their priorities are.
So you are at Vium. And there was no mandate after placing the listening device. There was no mandate to go back to Thief, you're more than welcome to continue on your journey up the Dust Belt. Is that what you want to do, or is there somewhere else you wanted to stop?
I think that, isn't the beef is getting freezer burned?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
we gotta skedoodle.
Okay.
to the
So,
ranch.
Ching Shiih, go ahead and make a astrogation check. And I'm only going to have you do one because...
9.
Nice. And Keith, go ahead and make a J drive, engineering J drive plus 1 check, plus your intellect or EDU.
Okay. That is 13.
Okay. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so so then the question is, are you hustling it along the way, or are you doing a normal run?
I think we're going normal.
Okay.
It's a long haul.
Okay. So 20 weeks later, you arrive. Yeah. You arrive at Thor. And Thor is a fairly nice world. Let me... Hold on. I need to clean up my space a bit. I have more books than is humanly needed. Okay, that's fine. So let's see here. Thor is an Yggdrasil. Wow. Thor is such a boring world, it's not even listed.
Just unload the cows and move along.
Basically, yeah. But that doesn't mean I can't tell you a little bit about it. So, Thor is a distinctly unimportant world located on an offshoot of the Dust Belt or the Sindalian Main. Most traffic along the main uses the primary route into Florian space, bypassing Thor and nearby worlds. As a result, Thor is very much a backwater, with a few 100,000 inhabitants divided up among various microstates. It has a breathable atmosphere, but little usable land. Most of what does exist forms the grandly named continent of Grizel. The remainder is scattered about the globe as small island chains. Grizel is home to most of the world's population and its low-quality starport. Few off-worlders visit Grizel. Almost none have set foot elsewhere in the world. So, trying to remember if I have... Nope, no world map. So, you set down... Well, you are going to attempt to set down. So, Ching Shiih, go ahead and make a... piloting plus dex check routine.
Ooh, you can almost ask to make it difficult. I got 2 6s, so that's 12, 15, 17.
Nice. So you come in and you sit down at this miserable little starport. It is a Class D starport, so it's basically just an open field. They do have some water processing units for cracking fuel, but because the world is, let's say, not on the main thorough, and because the world doesn't see a lot of ships, the price for fuel, it can be negotiated. It tends to be on the high side. As you're coming in for a landing, you are told by whoever's on the radio, and it sounds like an old-time crackly CB or ham radio. It's not even anything really advanced. It says that there's no docking fees, but we do charge 700 credits for refueling. You know, if you have something to trade, we might be able to work something out.
I'll pay. That's fine.
Okay.
That's not that bad.
All right. And so Ching Shiih sets the ship down, no problem, in this dingy little field. And so you open up the cargo hold and retract or dump the ramp down so that you can move your cargo. Are you just trying to move the crow units, or are you waking the cows up?
I should wake the cows up.
Okay.
So they don't get up, you know.
Go ahead and make a medic plus intellect or EDU check. And you can make that with a +3.
I feel like since we decided to put them in low birds, we better wake them up.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you didn't say you needed them alive. Like that. Seems like bad karma.
I got 12.
Okay. So you're able to wake the herd up. You don't lose any. And so you have this herd of awua that you kind of lead down, and there is like a fenced area for livestock. Looks like they probably have rodeos here. And you see a number of townsfolk that are all kind of looking at you like, you know, they haven't seen a ship in a while. And here you are herding awua in, but you're not Aslan. So a lot of the people in the town, you don't see any Aslan in town, but you see a number of humans. All of them are packing some kind of iron on their hip. This is your archetypical Wild West town. And as you're herding, all three of you are kind of herding these awua. They are rather grumpy creatures. I wouldn't say disagreeable so much. It's not like they're violent, but they're kind of like goats. You know, goats do what goats want to do. Trying to herd them, and they kind of are jerks about it. And so you're kind of herding these awua in. And let's see here, 1, 2, and 3. Oh, it's number 1. So as you are herding these goats in, Ching Shiih, you see this guy stumbling down the street. Looks like he's drunk. And he comes up to you. He literally bumps right into you. And he goes, I'm in need of some help. I need assistance, please. Please help me. And then he falls to the ground.
Okay, so, like, you said, do I know what's wrong with it? Did you say he was drunk?
It appears that he's drunk. Go ahead and make a medic plus intellect or education. Your choice.
You said plus intellect?
Yeah.
Okay. So 9.
This guy falls down and he's rolling around acting like he's in pain. You check him over and you discover this guy's been shot. And he's bleeding out. Under his jacket, his shirt on the left side of his torso, he is just soaked with blood.
Okay. I'm going to connect with Captain on the comm, and so I won't have a kit or anything like that. But I have enough medic training that I can like staunch the wound.
I'll stick my finger in the hole for a minute until you get here.
Yeah. I'm shouting into my comms with my finger in the bullet hole.
Okay. So, Beth, you get this. You and Keith are locking up the last of the Awua, and you get this call on your comm from Ching Shiih that she's got some guy here with a gunshot wound. And he's like pale white. This guy is he's lost a lot of the life water.
Okay. We'll hook him up. Don't worry. We'll replace his blood with the Wua blood. He'll be fine.
Be sure to. Oh my God! So this is so funny. We watched Bram Stoker's Dracula because my wife had never seen it, and the part where Van Helsing is like insisting that she needs a blood transfusion. He doesn't type her blood. He just get over here and hook you up and just start pumping away. And I'm like, so did she die of being a vampire, or did she die because you gave her the wrong blood? Because that's a bad situation. So
this blood can't be wrong, but it'll make him savory.
Right, yes. Add a little seasoning. So Beth, go ahead and make a medic plus intellect or EDU check. Ooh. Shit, he gets 7 points back just from your first day alone. Yeah. So you apply first aid, you kind of give him a pain med, and you hook him up to a artificial blood bag, and he starts to come around, and he tells you, he says that his name is Trelane. Hold on here. Is that all of his name? No, his name is Martin Trelane. And he says, that he has a serious problem that he himself cannot solve. And he looks at the way you guys are dressed. Currently, you're probably not even in armor. You're probably just wearing your flight suits, but you probably have guns on. And he looks at your ship and he says, folks, I'd really appreciate your help. He says, I know about owing travelers and making sure that you're rewarded. I can make sure that whatever you need can be taken care of here on Thor. And he says, I have to admit, though, this situation's a bit dangerous. He says,
he doesn't know that we have like a lot of bad karma that we need to balance.
It's funny that you asked. We just ditched a whole bunch of people in an epic emergency and told them peace out.
I told them to fuck themselves. You guys, you know what? The space god helps those who help themselves. See you. Good luck, everybody. He tells you. He says. I became friendly with an Ihati leader named Iruhu. I've been assisting him in peacefully obtaining more land by purchase and trade in return for assistance to some of the local ranchers who were struggling. He became pretty well respected and was considered a member, or I was considered a member of Iruhu's Ihati band. I don't know if you know this, but that's a rare honor that not very many non-Aslan are gifted. He says, recently one of Iruhu's sons sent a message to his father that one of the Grizel ranches was available for sale, but the rancher insisted upon dealing with Iruhu directly. The situation seemed to be above board, but in fact it was a trap. An old enemy of Iruhu, a human rancher named Charles Marchand, has lured the Ihati leader to the ranch, and he has taken them hostage, and he plans to kill his entire family. Trelane stayed around to try to fend off this kidnapping attempt, and was able to get Iruhu's daughter into the back of an air raft, and both of them made their escape. And he tells you that the daughter right now is in the hotel above the saloon, in a hotel room above the saloon. But unfortunately in this escape, he took a pistol bullet, and he thanks you profusely for looking after me. It hurts mighty bad. But that drug you gave me did a lot of work. And he says, the girls in the hotel room above the saloon, and I didn't know what else to do, so I've been trying to bring some folks around, but they all thought I was drunk and they wouldn't talk to me.
Okay, so do we have some time before before anyone gets executed, or do we not know?
You don't know. He says it was yesterday that they made their escape. So he's been kind of gut shot for a day. And
Wow.
I mean, even with the 7 points that you gave him back, he's clearly not up to helping out in a running gun battle.
Okay. Should we retrieve the daughter? She probably wants revenge.
He says, well, you see, this is where I'm kind of in a conundrum, but I don't know what else to do. You see, if Iruhu finds out that I asked anybody else to help him, then he's going to be real pissed off at me. You know, that whole Aslan honor thing. He says, but on the opposite side, I didn't know what else to do because I had to protect his little girl.
True. We can just drop him off and have him buy whatever's happening, though, can't we? If he tells us where it is.
Possibly. So this... Let me find it. This is what the Marchand Ranch looks like overall. And there's a legend at the bottom of this map that tells you, I mean, obviously this is a wood, but it kind of tells you a little bit about what these things are. So like 7 are all livestock enclosures. 5 is the main ranch buildings. That's where Marchand's family would probably live. 6 is quote unquote ranch amenities, which could be anything from, barns to, sheds, things like that. And then 4 are what they call herdsman cottages. They're bunkhouses for ranch hands. And then, of course, there's a road that leads into this area.
Okay. So there's not that much stuff to worry about, really. Not that big a space.
So he tells you, he says Marchand's plan is to release Iruhu and the other Aslan into the forest, and he said he was going to give them a 10-minute head start, and then he was going to hunt them.
Why don't we hunt him?
Dude.
Let's just hang back, and he releases them, and then when he goes after him, we shoot him in the back.
So here's a question. So when you have bandaged him up, did you take him onto your ship, or are you leaving him outside in the dirt?
I don't know. I don't know if I would need to take him on. I guess it just started to.
I think it makes sense to take him onto the ship so that he's safe. But
I mean, you've got other crew members, so it's not like he's going to be able to steal it. But he's looking around. So you don't have a infirmary or a medical bay on the ship. Really, the common area, which is, you know, your galley, doubles as a triage center. And he's sitting there looking around at all the, you know, the rolled velvet chairs and the brass fittings, and he's like, "This is a really nice ship."
Okay, I am going to. What did I buy last time? It was like a entertainment hollow table or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just turn that on for him.
Okay.
He can just.
I'm gonna be keeping an eye on him because I know we've like faked our way onto ships, and he seems a little bit coveting his neighbor.
Well, you have to realize, I mean, one.
But I mean, I know he was shot, but I don't want to be ambushed.
Well, one, these guys, the people on Thor don't see a whole lot of ships. If they do, it's going to be some tramp freighter. And you guys have landed in a ship that you have mostly restored that is dating back to the Sindalian Empire. So anybody that comes onto your ship is going to be slack-jawed just looking around.
Yeah, I don't want him to get any ideas. I'm suspicious because this is how we do everything.
Right?
Let's
They're
take
like, gee, golly, this is great. Let's have a drink. Stab, stab, stab.
Right,
Oh,
right.
We're in trouble. Stab, stab, stab.
I trust him because he was dying. That's my, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I'm not saying I'm going to imprison him. I'm just saying I'm not taking my eye off him.
All right.
Well, and I mean, 20 weeks and you stopped at every planet along the way. Your holotable should be loaded with entertainment. Stuff, newsreels and stuff that this guy hasn't seen simply because nobody brings that stuff to Thor.
So he'll be
It's a Thor subject for them.
All right. But I heard it was open hunting season on whoever at this one place, and so, you know, why not?
Let's get in our full gear and go.
Yeah.
So did you want to... So before you get into your full gear and go, did you want to stop and check on the daughter before you leave?
Yes.
Okay. All three of you, or are you sending just one of you?
I'll go in.
Okay. So you go over to the saloon and you go up to the room, and you see that there is this juvenile female Aslan. And when you've got the key and you unlock the door and open it, and she sees that you're not Trelane, and she kind of hisses at you and lays her ears back. And she looks like she's maybe 14.
Well, I'll tell her, look, I'm a doctor. Martin was shot. We managed to save him. He's aboard the ship. I just want to make sure that he gave us the right story about what else going on with her family.
Her ears perk up, and she tells you her name is Kiri, and she says, "Oh, I would thank you for any help. I mean, I don't know how my father's going to take it, but I thank you." And she tells you, she says that she took a tarp and put it over the air raft that she and Trelane escaped in, and the air raft is out back behind the saloon. And she gives you the key code. She says, if you want to use the air raft, you're more than welcome.
Why, thank you. And that was pretty dang clever of her, considering the circumstances, So
she says that she had planned on trying to take the air raft back, but she wasn't sure that she was going to be able to do anything. She is clearly a non-combatant.
Does she want to play at the game table too? It's okay if she wants to.
Yeah, she would take you up on that, and she feels more comfortable being near Trelane.
Sure, she can come aboard. We'll go and get some good karma for once.
So the captain comes back, and she's got Kiri with her, and Kiri is glad to see Trelane and that he's been taken care of. She's fascinated by all the entertainment in the system. How are you guys suiting up?
All out. Fuck these guys.
You guys are going full battle dress?
Yeah, it's like if you were like a fifth grader and you're gonna beat up on like a second grader, and you turn around and there's a cop in like SWAT gear and they just punch you in the face. That's like the situation.
I like it. That's a very clear visual.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
We may murder people from time to time, but no bullying. It's too far.
Well, yeah, because if you're gonna hurt somebody, hurt them for money.
Yeah,
hurt them for I don't know.
Unless this guy has a super reasonable reason for what he's doing, and we're totally like picking the wrong side on this. It's possible, but I'll tell you something.
Just keep an open mind.
Yeah. Could always be wrong, but it seems unlikely given the circumstances. Gonna murder your whole family, hunted for sport, generally not justified.
Yeah, it's hard to see the upside of that.
This is gonna become a legend on Thor.
The day that people came out of the sky.
They dropped off cows, and then they were the biggest in town.
Just herding cattle and beating up bullies.
That's right.
So I know it's super premature, but have you thought about what you're going to play next campaign?
For Dungeons and Dragons, or this?
Yeah. For Dungeons and Dragons.
I wanted to see if I could read up more on Tom Bombadil.
What?
They cut it out of the Lord of the Rings movie, but there's a part in the beginning where this dude named Tom Bombadil just bails them out, and I don't understand what the fuck is the deal with him, but he seems like a genie or something, because he just shows up and bails them out and then whisks himself away, and he gets...
He's a god.
Yeah, my pony. His name is Fat Pumpkin. It's like such a weirdo.
Yeah, Tom Bombadil's a god. At least that's the way I read it.
See, I only know the Lord of the Rings part where he shows up and then he fucks off, and I know that there's more about him somewhere to read, so that's a thought, but it probably isn't going to work out if he's like a god, because that's not fun.
yeah, he's if I remember correctly, he's like a step above like what the wizards are.
Oh, okay.
So maybe not a full god, but he's probably, I would say he's at least as powerful as Sauron.
Yeah, but he's just like, he's weird and doesn't really care about a whole lot of stuff too deeply.
Yeah, he's got like he's got a hands-off approach. So one of the things that we didn't discuss when you guys were on Thief was the repair to Ching Shi's battle dress.
Oh, yeah.
I will go ahead and give that to you now. You have the scout battle dress, correct?
Yeah, all I know is that Zidani.
So it is...
And tech level 14 is all I know.
Yeah, it is... So to repair the grav assist, it will be 110,000 credits.
Okay.
And that, if you want to deduct that, that will fix up your battle dress.
You said 110?
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I want to fly. So, yeah.
Okay.
Then do it. And all of a sudden, all that talk about we don't need money is not as true as it was.
Right, yeah. So, are you guys taking the air raft then, or are you walking?
I think taking the air raft would be kind of, they're going to expect her to pop out of it or somebody from this world, so it'll give us an element of surprise.
Okay.
It'll be fast, right?
Well,
So, as you are cruising down this road, you see the woods on your, I guess it would be your left, and you see that there's a small lake here that has a number of structures built around it as well. What is your plan here? Are you just going in guns blazing, or?
So he's going to release them out and then hunt them, right?
Yeah, and you see a number of guys that are out. Some of them are on foot. They're heading into the woods. Some of them are on foot. They're all armed with rifles, and all of them have pistols in a holster. Some of them are on foot. Others are actually on ground vehicles. They look kind of like a Jeep.
And our friends are unarmed, right? Is the idea?
That's the idea, yeah. But, Aslan, of course, have their dew claw.
So I think I'll take aim at the toughest one with the Nova gun because it'll be obnoxious and, it'll turn everybody's attention around. Because doesn't it, shoot out a rainbow?
Yeah, it does. It is an excellent sniper rifle. So when you say the toughest one, so are you shooting at one of the guys on foot then? Or are you going to try and shoot one of the guys that's actually in a vehicle?
I don't know if I could see the guys in the vehicle unless it's got the top off of it.
Right, and you're shooting from a moving air raft. Who's driving the air raft? Does anybody have?
It might be me.
Let's see. You would need.
so I have flyer grab.
That's the one.
Okay, never mind. I think she's driving.
And then I also have, if someone wants to borrow it, a Gauss sniper rifle.
Oof.
Ooh.
Okay, I guess I would aim at somebody on foot because it seems very, very difficult to shoot from a moving vehicle into another moving vehicle.
Right. Yeah, it's hard enough from a moving vehicle. So Ching Shi, go ahead and make a flyer grav plus dex check. Let's see how stable you can make that platform.
10.
Ooh. So Beth, or whoever's going to open up the free range with sniper shots, make a let's see here. You're gonna be at a Bane, so you're gonna roll 3, take the 2 lowest, but you can add 2 to that roll. And you want to make your gun combat plus dex check.
Not too bad. I got 10 altogether.
Okay. And I'm just going to throw you guys up here.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have a battle map for this, so we're going to...
Wing it.
Yeah, Theater of the Mind. Old school.
So, Captain, that the sniper rifle does 5d damage, AP6.
So the captain's shooting the Nova gun. So I'm sorry, what did you get with your shot?
10.
Okay. So go ahead and roll damage plus 2.
15.
Okay. That guy goes down.
Nice.
And then Keith,
Rain.
go ahead and make your gun combat at Bane. So roll 3, take the 2 lowest, and but you can add plus 2 to that.
Okay. That's 9.
Okay, you can roll damage plus 1.
And you said it was a 5. Yeah.
5d, and I don't know what AP6 means.
AP6 means it ignores 6 points of armor.
Oh, okay. 14.
Oof, and he goes down. Shitter. Hold on here. There we go. All right. So now everybody roll initiative.
Yep.
Rancher's got a 0.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm looking for some stats on something here. Of course, I'm finding all the cool stuff and not what I'm looking for. Here, it is page 83. There we go. All right. So some of these guys are on dirt bikes. Some of them are. There's one guy in a Gecko all-terrain assault vehicle, which is the Jeep type thing, but it doesn't have a gun and a turret. Looks like they probably bought it surplus. Let's see. Between Captain Beth and Keith, which one of you wants to go first?
We decided Beth goes first.
Okay. All right. So, Beth, you can't fire the Nova gun again until next round. What would you like to do in the meantime?
I guess I need to do maybe an advanced combat rifle.
Okay, so you're gonna use a minor action to drop the Nova gun and pull out your advanced combat rifle.
I guess so, yeah.
All right.
You want to aim or can I don't know. Never mind.
So you're still at a Bane, but you can still add 2. So go ahead and make your shot.
Got, let's see, 8.
That's a hit. No plus to damage, but that is a hit.
All right, cool. 14.
Oof! My God. You drop another one of them that's on the ground. These guys aren't even wearing any armor. The most armor they're wearing is like a leather vest. That's it. I guess that.
Guys are being murdered from behind yet?
I guess that counts. I guess they do have armor. It counts as a leather jack, so they have like +1. It might be good for stopping somebody with a knife. So you put another one down. Keith, what would you like to do?
I think I will take another shot with the Gauss rifle.
Okay.
Sniper rifle. Yeah.
All right. You are at a Bane, but you still get a +2.
Okay. That's 12.
that is a hit with +2 or +4 to damage.
Okay.
I guess I need some more guys.
19.
Oh my God. Yeah, you core this guy all the way through. I don't think he even has a head.
There used to be someone standing there.
Right.
Just red mist.
It's like the when the Mandalorian uses sniper on the Jawas. There's nothing left but a little wisp of smoke, and their clothes fall to the floor. So these guys got a 1. Hold on here. Ugh. Yeah, the guys on the dirt bikes really cocked it up. Okay, so you drop another one of the guys that are on foot. The Gecko ATV, and I'm going to place these guys kind of where they are at on the map. I mean, obviously they're way too big, but just so that you know roundabout where they're at. The guy in the Gecko ATV is going to attempt to turn the whole thing around and race towards you guys. Let's see how well he does that. Not very. So his passenger is at a -4. He's got 2 passengers. They are at -4 and a Bane. And we'll see how well they do. Holy shit, that's bad. Yeah, so the first shot goes completely wild. A bird falls out of the sky, and they just completely missed you guys. The other guy misses with a 4, but the bullet actually ricochets off of the side of the air raft. The ranchers are starting to run and try to take cover at the outbuildings around this lake, and they are going to shoot back. There's 3 of them left. Ooh. 14 definitely hits your vehicle. Oh, let me guess. I fucked that up, didn't I? Maybe not. Nope, I didn't. So let's see here. He's using just a regular assault rifle. So he's got +2 to damage. The armor on the front of your vehicle is penetrated. It's an air raft. It's only got 2 points of armor, and it takes a critical hit. So, let's see here. Beth or Keith, which one of you wants to get hit?
Okay.
Okay, so let's see here. So what kind of battle dress are you wearing?
I haven't really messed with it, so it's like TL13.
Right.
I got 22.
Okay, so it does not penetrate your armor. He's got 13 points. It leaves a nice scuff mark as it ricochets off your armor. Second guy is going to shoot. He misses completely. Third guy, he misses completely. That's unfortunate. Ching Shiih, you're driving. What would you like to do? Now, one of the things with air raft that you need to keep in mind is that air raft can gain altitude, and you could shoot down on them. The air raft can actually go up so high that it just about reaches orbit. It can't go into orbit, but it can reach that very edge.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I don't want to go that high, but especially since they're coming toward us now, I do want to get off the ground.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of vehicle are they in? The same kind of vehicle?
No, they are in a Gecko all-terrain transport. It's a wheeled Jeep, 4-wheel drive.
Oh yeah. Then I want to. And you said they don't have a turret.
Correct.
On the vehicle.
Correct.
So it's not like
they're hanging. Yeah, they're hanging. One guy's hanging out the window. The other guy, in the Gecko is, up through the hole where a turret would be.
Okay. So I want to head up about. So far, what weapons do we know? What weapons we've seen so far?
They look like they're carrying just standard assault rifles. They're nothing. They're like tech level 7 assault rifles.
Okay, then I think what I'm going to do is take us up to about 300 meters.
Okay.
Because that's going to be out of range of a lot of things. But advanced combat's 450.
Yeah.
And the sniper rifle's 1,000.
Right.
If we climb just out of range of their weapons, but ours will still reach, that's where I want to hang out.
Okay. Go ahead and make a flyer grav plus dex check.
Okay.
Okay, so because you've climbed up and you're now shooting down on these targets almost from like a stationary position, the bane is gone.
Roll.
The dirt bikes, and she's created a stable platform, so you still have a +2 to your attacks. The dirt bike guys, these are little electric dirt bikes. They go and take off into the forest and run away from this fight. They got to split up into the forest.
I would like to also like shout as loud as I can down to these a-holes. How's hunting for sport now?
Captain Beth, what would you like to do? You can keep doing what you're doing with the advanced combat rifle. You could use a minor action to grab your Nova gun.
The combat rifle's gonna do fine.
Okay. And are you shooting at? There's 3 ground guys, and there is the Gecko ATV left.
I will shoot at the ATV.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Too. 11.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage +3.
Eight. Not a great one.
The guy that's hanging out of the top of the Gecko, out where the turret would be, you drill him for 8 points, but he doesn't go down.
Okay.
Keith, what would you like to do?
I think I would like to shoot at the driver of the Gecko. Or is that who she just struck?
Sure. So that would be a called shot for occupants. So go ahead and make your shot, and don't forget you get +2 to that.
That's 14.
Ooh. Oh my God! You got exactly the 6 effect, the +6 effect. So you hit the driver. Go ahead and roll damage +6.
That's going to be 25.
Holy shit! So fuck me. So you lean over and go pop with or more like pow, and drill the driver right through the windshield, and he slumps over, and the Gecko kind of hooks to the left and starts bouncing at full speed as it's spinning out of control.
Yes, excellent work.
Nice.
Well, the occupants of the Gecko can do nothing, and so they're going to try to bail out of the moving vehicle. Let's see how well this works. So the guy in the turret, or the turret hole, he jumps up and jumps off the back of the vehicle and tucks and rolls and makes a perfect exit. The guy in the passenger seat jumps out, but the vehicle, the back end slides and rams into him. Oh, that's not good for him. For 21 points of damage, and pretty much kills him outright.
Wow.
So there's only one guy left from the gecko. The gecko itself is like over in this area just cutting donuts. Ranchers are going to take pot shots at a Bane. Ooh, an 8 just hits. What about this other guy? Nope, the other guy misses completely. And the third guy misses completely. Oops. So 3d6. There's no armor on the bottom. So the air raft takes 13. Oof. Directly to the hull. Your air raft's kind of smoking a bit.
Oof, we should get down, or down, whatever.
Ching Shiih, what do you want to do?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to fall out of the sky.
Yeah, that would be bad.
So I'd rather put us down by our own accord.
So where would you like to land it?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think I'd like to be close enough to the tree lines that if we wanted to, we could find cover. If we're going to have to disembark.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know these guys aren't to scale, but I'd say like north of them, like close to the tree line.
So like
we can take cover.
up here?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a flyer grav plus dex check.
13. 15.
Okay, so you are coming down for that tree line, and the guys on the ground are like, "Yeah, Jeb, you see that? I got him! I got him!" And you come down, and you're going pretty fast. Make one more flyer grav check. Flyer grav plus dex check.
13.
So Beth and Keith are hanging on, and Ching Shiih brings down the air raft and kind of turns it sideways and goes between two trees and sets it down in the forest over here. And that's where we'll break for this week, and we'll pick it up next week.
Right on. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah, you too.